Welcome to Body Activation Explorations, shoulder horizontal, abduction, adduction neutral, meaning that the arm is going to go across the body in a way. That journaling exercise, again, what are you currently feeling? How do things feel? How's that shoulder feel? How does the back feel? How does the neck feel? Accurately describe it with your words. And then how does how you feel affect how you move? Has the day been going okay? Has the arm been feeling good? Has the back and neck been feeling good? It's nice to know. Do around 6 to 12 reps on each side and make sure it's pain-free with zero cramping. We're going to do 3 seconds across the body and 3 seconds out. And the position that we're looking for is the one that feels the best and the motion that is the most difficult to control, because that's the exact place that we're going to start practicing, because it needs help, it needs practice. We need to build that safety net. So let's get started. Brandon's going to take his arm and bring it forward. Make sure that this position feels good to begin with. Sometimes raising that arm up can be a little bit treacherous, especially if you had any shoulder problems. And then from here, with that thumb pointed up to the ceiling, you're going to bring it across the body and then slowly to the back. And as you're going through it, I want you to think about how that arm is just sliding inside of that joint. We're going to bring it across and make sure that it feels as though you're getting the arm to roll across the rib cage. And then when you're bringing it back, you're feeling as though it's reaching around, so that shoulder blade is also a part of this. You could do this where just the shoulder is rolling in the socket, or you feel the shoulder blade and the shoulder working together. Both of those are completely fine to do. Again, making sure that the position just feels completely safe and that there is no cracking, no popping. And if you feel any pain with it, does the pain go down? I know I said in the beginning that each position should feel zero pain, but as there is a continuum for pain, does it diminish or does it get worse? If it gets worse, stop and go to the next position and take a note of it. Each one of these positions are nice to know what feels really good. Does it feel okay when you bring the arm across the body, or does it not feel quite as good if you're standing? And it's a change when you're in this seated position. So Brandon is going towards a seated position, and you see that the arm again is going through that path as if there is a line that is parallel with the ground, and he's trying to trace that line, which would go right across the middle of the chest, trying to hold that line all the way back and all the way forward. This is a really good exercise to do if you have a mirror, to see that line of the arm, how it is right in line with that exercise kills right on that shirt. And as he does this, he maintains that same hand position all the way through, because the whole point of this is just to see how to build our next exercise. What do we do next? This is how we do it. We're trying to become aware, or we're becoming aware, not trying, we are becoming aware of exactly how that arm is moving out and moving in. And how does it feel compared to what position? So does it feel the same on this left side compared to the right side? So Brandon's telling me exactly what he's going through as he's doing it, so that we can take notes of this and progress it and see exactly what we need to work on. Now, as we advance to this next position, he'll be in the side lying position. And when he gets down on either, he can use the bed or he can use the ground, he supports his neck with that bottom hand. And he brings that arm forward just like he did when he was standing. And he begins to bring that arm forward and in front. And it's nice to use a bed or a sofa on this one, because that way, if you bring the arm across the body, it doesn't hit the ground. And when you bring it up in the air and slowly behind you, just be careful about whipping that arm behind you. Keep that pace as slow as you need to. Again, 3 seconds up and 3 seconds down is just a rule of thumb. You should be able to stop the arm at any particular point, especially if you hear popping and clicking. You want to make sure you stop before that popping and clicking, and or find out on the other side of that range of motion, like if you're going halfway, if the other side can be better controlled so you can avoid any of those audible sounds. Now when Brandon's on his back, this is also off the side of a bed, so you can see how his arm goes below the body. So on the edge of the table kind of stops him a little bit on this one. So if you're going to explore this one, you can use the bed or the sofa or the ground to stop you, or you can go near the edge, as long as you feel safe to explore how far that shoulder can actually go behind you without by avoiding any type of discomfort. So as you're going through this, again, bring the arm away and then up and across, away and up and across. You know, what's interesting is you're going through these shoulder exercises or these shoulder awareness boosters. Every time that you do it, you're building up more safety in the shoulder. You're building up more safety in the neck and the body in its entirety. And the whole point of this is, again, to make sure that we know exactly what we need to work on, because if one of these positions is just super difficult to control, that's what exercise is all about. We're practicing to control these positions and these limbs with a challenge that is appropriate. So if the challenge is too great, then we could do potential harm for the body. And all we're looking to do is making sure that if you choose to go and work out in the yard, you choose to go lift weights or do yoga or whatever, that those limbs are ready, that the arms are ready, and that the body is ready. And you have complete faith that you can hold your body weight in a certain position, because I mean, if you're going to load your entire body on your arms, wouldn't it be nice to know that you can at least handle your own arm before you want to place the load of the entire body on it? And that's what this process is all about. As Brandon brings that arm through and out, that's what's really nice to have a massage table, because then you can bring that arm across. You're definitely going to want to use a bed or a sofa for this one so that you can let that arm come through and up. Otherwise, if you do not, you can just use the ground and just see how that arm comes up from the ground in that side position. So we're going to go and finish up on the opposite side, arm dangling off, the neck supported by the bed, and raising it up and down. Getting back to the whole idea of safety, making sure that all of these are smooth, and you're really building up a nice journal of like what stuff you want to practice. The whole point of this is to know exactly what you want to practice, and as we build up these practice scenarios, then it's going to become abundantly clear on how to actually construct the exercise that's going to make the biggest impact for your time. So now that we're finished with that horizontal abduction, or bringing that arm out to the side, let's compare the end to the beginning. How do you currently feel now? Do the shoulders feel the same? Do they feel a little bit better? And now accurately describe that. And are you moving different at the end than you did in the beginning? Now that you have noted the position that feels the safest and the motion that is the most difficult to control, let's build an exercise.